Hey everybody, this is a quick review of the 28 degrees Celsius P51D Mustang. This is a 2-channel RC plane meant for beginners. This is also sold on Chinese import sites like AliExpress and Banggood as the Volantex, which Volantex is more a brand name that you'd be familiar with. This one is sold by Amazon, and they were running a sale for $21 for this, which includes 2 batteries, a remote, of course, the plane, and extra propellers. The normal price is about $58 to $59. So I went ahead and purchased these and wanted to get a couple of these. So I got 3 of them, one for myself and then one for each of my oldest 2 kids. So this is how it comes in the box, and sometimes they change the box art, but this is the actual box on the listing from Amazon, so that's kind of cool. It comes in 2 colors. The ones from Amazon only have the blue and silver paint job. It's a classic plane. So here's the box. It's going to have a styrofoam insert here, and when you receive it, everything will be taped down. You've got an instruction manual, which is pretty well written, thankfully, with instructions on basically how to fly as well as how to operate and care for the plane. It's got a baggie with an extra battery. Some of these silver little balls right here, these are weights that are pressed into the fuselage of the plane, and 4 extra propellers, which is really nice. And it also comes with 2 of these landing gear that you do need to snap in. But otherwise, the plane comes like this. It's fully assembled. It's ready to fly. It does not need these little wheels. The reason why this one is separate is because it's the first thing that breaks off when you land, or in our case, hit a tree. So this is the plane. It's got common sized little motors. These props are also a very common size you would find for drones, so easy to get and replace. And then this I found was really interesting, that this plane, now this one has been used a little bit, but it actually has a built-in gyro, 6-axis gyro, so it helps stabilize a lot of that irregular movement that wind or a novice flyer might invoke. And I thought, for $21 and change, the amount of detail is amazing on this. These are all really nice, sharp decals, and very impressive for the price, for sure. It's about a 16-inch wingspan and about 12 inches from nose to tail. Of course, it's a 2-channel, so it just uses these 2 motors to regulate elevation, speed, and turning. So one will turn faster than the other to cause rotation, and then the geometry of the wings is such that it will level itself out and fly straight as soon as you just let go of the directional stick. So, pretty simple. Let's see how it flies. So this plane does not have an on-off switch, but you just plug in the battery after you charge it right here and then tuck it back in, and that will turn on. As soon as that happens, we can take our controller here after we put our 4 AA's in it, not included, and turn this on. Should hear a beep. Then, to activate the plane or repair the plane, go up and then down. And now, when we give this any kind of throttle, it's going to move. All right, here we go. We're going to hand launch this. Got a little bit of a breeze here. This thing will fly at about a 1/4 throttle with no breeze. It's got plenty of power. It's pretty responsive. And if you nose it up a little bit, just right, you can actually get it to do a loop. So I'm gonna go ahead and go a little higher here, drop the throttle. Drop, and then full throttle. And there we go. Nice loop. So you can actually get this to do some aerobatics, which is pretty cool. Other than that, I like to keep it at about 25% throttle, so it does not oscillate like that up and down, and then I just cruise. It cruises at about maybe 8 miles an hour, 7 to 8 miles an hour, so this is not a crazy fast little plane, and that's fine. This is great for a small park. I would not say this could be in a gymnasium or something like that. This has to be outdoors for sure. The center propeller, I'll try to bring this back around and do a little flyby here, is just flapping in the breeze, as it were. It's not doing anything. It just is for show. But that's what you see when it's flying, so it does give it a bit of realism. I had a little bit of a glitch there. I don't know what that was. Bring that throttle back down. And that's about as good. That's about as good as it gets for landing. All right, so this thing flies really well, especially because of that gyro. The normal retail price of about $60, I think, is a bit steep for a 2-channel remote control plane. Of course, when I was a kid, 2005, that would have been ridiculously cheap. Megatech, if anybody remembers, Megatech was selling some planes like the Firefly, and I think Executive and some other small planes that were similarly priced, but they didn't have a gyroscope. But this plane has really nice detail. It is, of course, a World War II classic, a legendary plane in its own right. So there are some China best Su-27s and other modern looking ones that are 2 channels that are cheaper, but this price, I think, is a little steep if you're looking to just kind of get your kids started flying these airplanes. But for the on sale price that Amazon had of about $21, this is excellent. This is excellent. It's quite tough. It's definitely hit the trees a couple of times. This one has hit the ground multiple times. It doesn't really land with the wheels unless you're on pavement, which I wouldn't recommend with a new flyer. But overall, 2 batteries included, a nice proportional little controller with a gyro. I think for $21 and change, this is excellent. So I definitely recommend it.